Hello and warm greetings. I'm here to present you the latest English news at this time. The U.S. Army General nominated to the head U.S. military operations in Afghanistan has said that Pakistan, Russia and Iran were continuing to support Taliban fighters. In written remarks to the Senate Armed Services Committee, Lieutenant General Scott Miller called the militant sanctuaries in Pakistan as one of the biggest challenges to Afghan stability. Acknowledging that Pakistan has made many sacrifices and its security forces have fought bravely, General Miller said, "We have not yet seen these counter-terrorism efforts against anti-Pakistan militants translate into definitive actions against Afghan Taliban or Afghani leaders residing in Pakistan." Meanwhile, the scam says the Afghan and US officials have long been criticizing Pakistan for the lack of action against the Taliban and Haqqani terrorist network leadership councils based in its soil. The Afghan Intelligence National Directorate of Security operatives have boosted an urban network of the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, Khorasan, in Jalabad city, the provincial capital of Nangarhar province. Provincial governor spokesman Ataullah Khogani told reporters that 5 ISIS-K militants were also arrested during an operation. He said the terror group was using the network to carry out targeted killings of the government staff besides planting explosives, smuggling arms and conducting other terrorist-related activities. Khogani further added that India's special forces also confiscated 21 various types of weapons during separate operations conducted in Sorkhro district. Heavy clashes broke out between the Afghan armed forces and the Taliban insurgents in Badghis province of Afghanistan, inflicting casualties on both sides. A provincial council member confirmed that dozens of Taliban insurgents launched coordinated attacks on security posts in Bala Marghab and Ab-Kamari districts late on Tuesday night. He said the Afghan forces responded to the attack effectively, and as a result, several militants were killed, while a number of Afghan armed forces also lost their lives. In the meantime, Provincial Security Chief Ahmad Fahim Qayyam said at least 15 militants were killed and more than 20 others were wounded during the clashes in Ab-Kamari district. North Korea, China discussed true peace denuclearization. North Korea's Kim Jong-un and Chinese President Xi Jinping came to an understanding on issues discussed at a summit of the two leaders, including denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. Kim and Xi assessed the historic meeting Kim had with the US President Donald Trump in Singapore last week and exchanged opinions on ways to resolve the issue of denuclearization. Korean Central News Agency said the North Korean leader also promised during a meeting with Xi in Beijing to cooperate with Chinese officials to secure true peace in the process of opening a new future on the Korean Peninsula, it said. Xi told Kim the neighbors' joint force could definitely ensure peace and stability on the Korean Peninsula, Chinese officials in a news agency stated. The Syrian army stepped up shelling of opposition-held parts of the southwest, and it mobilizes for a campaign to regain the area bordering Jordan and the Israeli-occupied Golan Heights, opposition sources said. Violence erupted at the frontline town of the Kaf Shams near Syrian-held Golan Heights and further east in the town of Bursa al-Harari, which was struck by dozens of mortars from nearby army possessions, sources said. Syrian state media said militants had escalated attacks on civilians in the area, which is part of a de-escalation zone agreed by the United States and Russia last year with the aim of containing the conflict in the southwest. An offensive in the southwest would risk a major escalation of the 7-year-old war. The area is of strategic importance to Israel, which is deeply alarmed by the Iranian influence in Syria. And Syria-led coalition sees Dari airport fears for population growth. Fears of humanitarian crisis in Yemen's main port city Dari grew as battles spilled into a residential district on Wednesday after Arab coalition forces seized the airport from the Iran-aligned Houthis. Residents say the coalition aircraft were bombing Houthi possessions on the roads leading to the airport as the group dug and against an onslaught by the Arab alliance to take the city. The Houthis' main port and their lifeline for millions of Yemen. Coalition spokesman Colonel Turki Al-Maliki told Al Arabiya television in Brussels that the alliance was now destroying Houthi fortification near the airport, and he accused the group of placing tanks inside residential areas. That was a brief. Thank you for joining. Take care. Bye.